That brings us on to our feature discussion of the week. And as always, we're mixing it up and we're bringing something new. Now, this is a bit of a trial run. We've never done this one before. I have actually done it on another podcast show that I used to do, which finished ages ago. So I've stolen it. And to be honest, it was my idea anyway. But it kind of worked for them. So we're going to give it a try here. It may not work. It may fail. But let's go.
Just mail the idea to yourself and it'll be yours and legal.
Of course. Excellent. And I've just pulled out my headset again. 1 second. Oh, wow. That's annoying.
Gosh.
Bloopers. Sorry, someone say something? Okay, I can hear you. Good.
Okay.
Excellent.
Great.
So yeah, the feature is instant reactions. And essentially, it's just for a bit of fun. We're going to take it in turns to read out the name of a game or movie or TV show or something in the world of entertainment. And we're going to see what the instant reactions is for the other two people.
Yes, I have chosen The Third Birthday.
What?
PSP.
Correct. Both correct.
I have literally no idea what that is. What?
Well, but okay, tell me what you think that game is then, if you have no idea what don't look it up. Just tell me what The Third Birthday could be about.
Well, first, is it a game or a movie or something?
It's a video game.
It's a video game. It's about a toddler enjoying the third birthday. Is it a platformer or something? Or
Yeah, everything. Everything you've said is 100% correct.
Really? What?
No,
What?
not at all. This is why I picked it, because the name does nothing. It was a PSP game. It's the third Parasite Eve game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Danny knew.
Yeah, I played this, I guess, whenever it was being shown at Tokyo Game Show. And that's actually all I've played of it.
It was really good and amazing graphics for the PSP. I recommend honestly downloading it and playing it through your Vita or the TV or something, because it's one of those games that will have you using the fishhook maneuver on your PSP.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
You don't need to play the other two games to have any idea what's going on in this one, though. It's not,
okay.
Yeah. If anything, you'll confuse yourself more by trying to connect them. So that was fun. So Graham, your reaction was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
did that work? Is that right?
I think that works. Yeah.
All right.
I feel like mine's going to be disappointment. So my one is going to be Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
Yep. There's not going to be anything on the farm this way. So he has to sit on an egg and take the place of the mother hen to save the village.
Danny, what was your reaction?
Mini games. I just thought about the downloadable mini games for some reason. That's
okay.
Yeah. The game's a lot of fun, and I love the soundtrack, especially in the visual design of it. But one of the fun things to me was I'm always interested in curios and in games, and just being able to download Game Boy Advance versions of Knights and a sample of
that's literally the reason I bought the game.
And what was the other stuff? Choo Choo Rockets. I think that was it.
I said that mine was Billy Hatcher has to sit on the egg to save the village because the mother hen cannot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I played 2 hours of the game, so I don't actually remember anything of the story at all. I do remember you have little buddies, these awesome little penguins that you can tell to attack people and stuff that also made no sense. There's so much going on in that game for it to be aimed at children that I just don't understand it.
I think it's way too hard to be a kid's game. I did die quite a few times in that game. I was like, this is not a child's game.
Tough. But I quite like the speaking of All Stars earlier, the All Stars racing games. I quite like the Billy Hatcher themed levels.
They're brilliant. Yeah, that's so much fun.
There was also European PC release. If you're into that kind of
thing. Okay.
PC. I don't know if it would still be compatible these days, but
it's weird.
Still can download it. Nice. So, Danny, what is your pick? Instant reaction pick.
Katamario Damacy.
Yeah, the cats are here, and you've got to run them over.
Shapes everywhere. That's all I can think of. That's all I
know it, Scotty.
Oh,
huh?
Do you not know it, Scotty?
Oh no, I do, but I'm just making crap up because the first thing that comes to mind always with that game is how I accidentally beat it and didn't I was hanging out in a buddy's dorm room and just playing something while he was on his computer doing something else, and then suddenly the credits were rolling. I was like, "I'm sorry, I think I just beat your game before you." It's not a long game, the first one.
Wow, I think. Was it on the PSP or I think you remember playing on a handheld?
Oh, it's been on everything almost.
It was a Vita launch, and there was a PSP one as well. Yes,
it might have been the Vita actually, but I vaguely remember. I think I played it on the Vita actually, and I'd seen it before and stuff. But I'd never played it. I was playing on the Vita. I was just like, just like you just said, Scotty. I had no idea what was happening except for shapes everywhere. Shapes were things were attaching to me. I was like, I don't understand bright colors. What's going on?
It's a great game. It's a great series. We actually just got the Switch version of it too.
Yeah. The remake is I don't know if it's a remake or more report, but yeah, that's great to pick up on Switch. It's not too expensive from what I recall as well. We didn't get it. That's I think the first time it's been released in Europe is on the Switch. The original game didn't come out in Europe. We Heart Katamario was the first one that came out in Europe. I actually from the US, just because Edge magazine in the UK used to rave about it. So I just was like, I have to get this. For me, the soundtrack is the thing that's amazing.
Yeah.
Keita Takahashi, who developed the first one, I don't think he was involved in any of the other ones, but I still think, the second game adds a lot of kind of very specific requests that I'm not sure I find as fun. I prefer just kind of getting as big as possible, but some of the later games make it so you can get so big that you're picking up worlds and the universe like that.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. I think if you had to pick up one, it's probably the PS3 one, which was all of a kind of best of version.
Yeah.
It's Katamari Forever, I think, right? I think.
Yep. I just looked at it on my shelf. Yeah, that one's it's basically greatest hits of Katamari.
361 would be good too. Beautiful Katamari.
Wow, that one was difficult. I remember some difficult levels in the 360 version, though. All good though. All fun stuff. My a great memory with that game is my girlfriend had never played any of them, and she's an animal lover. And when there were levels, every time she'd roll up an animal like a dog, cat, cow, whatever, she'd just be like, "I'm sorry." So you're essentially killing them.
They're fine. You just hit a wall and they spin off and they get back. They're good.
Wow. Such a good game.
Brilliant.
So my second one now.
Yeah, go for your second one. Let's go round again.
All right, my second thing is the video game Dinosaurs for Hire.
No, not a game.
Nothing, just silence. Great game.
I don't know that one.
Well, what would you think it is if someone said
Dinosaurs for Hire?
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm just picturing driving dinosaurs around. I like that you get inside a dinosaur and you go around like that.
Like maybe a crazy taxi, but you're riding dinosaurs?
I'm thinking the mechanics would be a bit more like Octodad. You'd just be inside either in a costume or in some kind of mechanical dinosaur, and you hire it out and then you just
I picture a brontosaurus's neck just knocking over buildings and stuff. Then okay, well this sounds better than the actual game now. So Graham, what's your you don't like Dinosaurs for Hire?
What my reaction was not a game. I might correct me if I'm wrong. That was the game you mentioned. Was it last week or the week before?
Yep.
In our game that we were playing, because that game wasn't released in the UK, Danny, just so you know. And we were doing a guess the game basically last time, and that came up, and I was just like, I've never heard of this thing, and it's like, God damn it, it's not even released over here. So
that was my bad.
What was it released on, and what is it?
It's a Genesis game. I unfortunately don't have the box, but it's basically Contra style, where you can play as one of 3 dinosaurs, and you have different guns and stuff. It's based off a comic book actually that was very short lived, and probably could have been a TV show, but
That sounds like a
Weird
very
stuff.
90s TV show. But it was released on the Mega Drive in Brazil, was it? Or something? Yeah.
When I was looking it up, and I was like, oh, no, this has definitely got a UK release, because all I saw was cover art that said Genesis and another one that said Mega Drive. So I'm like, I bet Graham loves this game too. He's probably played it, and it's not even released in your guys' place.
Oh, dear.
That was my bad.
Yep. So my second guess, well, not second guess, second game is Mass Effect 3.
No one likes it. That's my gut reaction.
Femshep. There we go.
Femshep, okay. Yeah. So have either of you actually played it then? Or like Scotty, have you played it?
Nah, I haven't dove into that series at all, but I remember that the box art involving a femshep was a big deal, and that everyone in the world hated the ending.
Basically, yeah. So I can't believe neither of you actually played it. Wow.
They released a DLC, right? That semi-fixed the ending or something.
Right.
Free DLC.
I'll explain what the ending is, because it's been out for a few years, and the whole point of Mass Effect when they first started making it was that your decisions in the very first game would affect the outcome of the final game. So decisions you made in the first one affected Mass Effect 2, which then would affect Mass Effect 3, and it really works up until a point. And then, because basically when Mass Effect 3 came out, it was originally going to be all on Xbox 360. Then BioWare was bought out by EA. And then EA said, no, put them on the other consoles as well, basically. So they started doing that. Apparently this is what I've heard, the development time sort of got crunched and stuff. But so some of the decisions you made in the first two games do come into Mass Effect 3. And then when you get to the very end of the game, where all these decisions you're making, good and bad and neutral and whatever, come to a head, it's like, you can choose option 1, 2, or 3. Would you like to save the world, or would you like to do this? It's basically like, so everything I've just decided for the whole game doesn't matter because I can choose my ending, basically. And it's just for God's sake, that's such a disappointment, because I was being really careful about who to save and who to not save, and because especially the first two games, there's characters you save which do change events in the game and stuff, and it's really cool the way it works out. And then by Mass Effect 3, it's just everything else, and all the decisions I've made is just not worth it. And it's just such a waste of time almost. And just the whole game of Mass Effect 3 was fine, but compared to Mass Effect 2, it was nowhere near as good. So I did start playing it. But my problem with some of these games is that I want, at least I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I want to get all the achievements and things like that. So I'd read up ahead of time and try and figure out the best way to play through things to get everything, which I realize is probably not the most fun way. The most fun way would be just play through it and then replay and figure out what else you need to do. But I think I just tired myself out so much. I only got to the point where you finish the first planet or whatever it is, and then you have the option of going to 2 different places, and it's that's where I stopped. I have every intention of playing through them all at some point, and I think there's rumors of whether there might be a remastered version coming out. I don't know whether there's any truth to that at all. That wouldn't surprise me.
I do still want to play through.
So was that the first one you were playing? Was it?
That was just the first one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The first one's really.
Still on, sorry, I was just going to say it's still on backwards compatibility on Xbox.
Yeah,
One, so you still can play them even on the next Xbox.
That'd be good. That's one way to do it, because the first two are so good, such good games, well worth playing. But the third one, it's kind of worth playing just to finish it, I guess. But yeah, there we go. That's it. So, Danny, what is your final instant reaction pick?
Silent Hill 2.
The dog
with knives.
Dog ending.
What did you say, Graham?
Beggars with knives. But okay, to be honest, I've only played a bit of Silent Hill 1, and I've not played the other Silent Hill games. The only thing, every time I think of Silent Hill or any Silent Hill game, well, actually, I think of either that triangle head person or Pyramid Head, or the very first game. I remember coming across some of the monsters or whatever they are near the start of the game, and they look like beggars with little knives trying to stab you. And that's what we remember of that game. And me and my friend found it so funny. We're just like, we can't take this game seriously. We're just like, we're like, because we love Resident Evil. So we're like, yeah, it's just like a new Resident Evil style game, like a sort of survival horror. Yeah. And we start thinking, we're like, what the hell is this? What is going on in this game? So yeah, that's what I think about. But yeah, I've not played the other ones. They could all be terrifying. I've just not played them at all.
Weirdly, the first one's the only Silent Hill that I haven't played.
Oh wow! Okay, what a twist. I've seen the movie with Sean Bean in, if that's any help.
That's good.
I think the first 2/3 of that is good, and then there's this bit where I don't know, they put someone on a fire or something like that, and then it's just all schlocky horror, like really grotesque, which is not what Silent Hill's about. I mean, obviously it's an element of it, but it's like, and they explain the movie to you as well. It's like there's a point where they go through a door or something like that, and then they just basically explain it to you rather than having you work it out yourself.
I don't remember that, but. Yeah, it's been a while.
I remember the burning bit.
Are you saying about the dog, Scotty?
I have not finished Silent Hill 2, but I do remember that there is a dog ending. Actually, the only one I did ever complete was the first game, and I think I got the alien ending for that. Yeah. That series is great. It's had its ups and downs for sure. Yeah, there's a bunch of... There's like 9 endings or something to the first or second game. Yeah. But one of the endings of the second game is everything in Silent Hill is basically like a carnival ride, and it's being controlled by the Shiba Inu dog behind a bunch of monitors. Yeah.
The soundtrack and just the sound design in that is amazing. Like all from Akira Yamaoka, who then, he was only working on the sound for the first 2 games, but then from, I think, 3 and 4, he was the producer. He became the actual producer.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, Pyramid Head is just amazing in terms of design and so on. I really want to... Later tonight, I'm playing Dead by Daylight with friends, and I really want to pick up the Silent Hill pack because it's got...
I didn't even know that was a thing. That's cool.
So
nice.
I think it's got like a Silent Hill 2 based level as well. But yeah, it's... 2 is easily the best in the series. I don't think there's any.
There's in Bomberman, Super Bomberman R on the Switch and Xbox One and PS4, you can play as Pyramid Head in it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Very strange because Bomberman is now owned by Konami. So there's like Castlevania characters and a bunch of shmup characters, and for whatever reason, Pyramid Head is in there, and he actually has like an instant kill move. It's weird.
So that will do it for the feature this week, I guess. Let us know your feedback on that. As we say, it's a trial, it's a bit of an experiment. So if you really hated it, let us know. If you really enjoyed it, let us know that as well, because I think we'd like to do it again. But that will do it for that feature, and also do it for the show this week.
He's a ghost.